All right. Thank you all for joining me here today. My name is Morgan Heights from the Scott Leroy Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about designs. So this is actually one of my favorite sections within our KW Command system here. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun. Um, if you have any questions throughout this training here today, please feel free to use the chat box down below. I'll do my best to answer any questions that may come up throughout the chat. If I happen to miss any questions that you guys ask here today, please feel free to reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. Put the email in the chat box down below for you. Again, we'd love to answer any questions or give you any additional information that you may want or need throughout our training here today and afterwards. So as we're taking a look here, we're going to be diving in and creating some content within our KW Command system. So this is a pretty cool, fun, unique way to be able to engage with your clients straight from the same platform that you use to manage your database, manage your transactions. So it's pretty cool to be able to kind of have that incorporated into your platform here. For those of you, if you have ever heard of a platform called Canva, something similar to that, it's kind of an additive or a similar platform that you're going to be noticing when we jump inside of Command here today. We're going to first start off by traveling over to agent.kw.com. I'm going to put that in the chat box down below for you as well. If you have not jumped over to that yet, go ahead and do so now. And this is going to take your KW username and password. So this is typically the first letter of your first name followed by your last name. If it's a pretty common combination, it may have a number associated at the end here. Now, for today's demonstration, I'm going to be signing into Scott's account. And we're going to go ahead and sign in here. And once we log in, it should bring us to the KW Command home screen. Now, before we actually jump into our designs and start making that content, we want to make sure that our systems are first set up. So I'm sure if you have joined previous classes with me, I always kind of like to start off here because this is kind of that foundation to kind of make sure as we're setting up the marketing and as we're sending it out that everything is going through smoothly. So first, what we're going to want to do is go ahead and click on our name on the top right-hand corner here. And then we're going to want to make our way down to settings here. We'll go ahead and wait a moment for this to load over. And once this loads over to the settings page, there's going to be a couple settings that I think are going to be valuable for us to make sure is all set up and functional before we begin our designs journey. So one of which is going to be our social media. So if you are utilizing the Facebook or the Twitter or even Instagram for your content creation, if this is where you want to drive your content to, this is where we'll go to connect this. So as you see, I personally do not have a Twitter account, but I do have a Facebook account, which I did indeed connect here. So what we're going to want to do is we're just going to want to make sure that we do have these connected. You may find them in two different locations. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this one as well. And as we scroll down here, your Facebook post scheduling is going to be inside of your social section. And then as we scroll down here a little bit further within your marketing automation is going to be your ads manager. Again, this is a conversation a little bit more towards the campaigns, but I think it's an important one as we are going to create content for these campaigns. That your ads manager is going to be where you can set up a payment method to target outside leads that do not know about you, who are interested in your services. Your Facebook post scheduling, this is going to be for your internal business page, people who have already liked your page, who are already following you, for you to be able to provide content to on a consistent basis. And this portion's free right here. So we're going to want to make sure that both of these are indeed connected. When you click on connect account, it already kind of registered that I am logged into my Facebook on the back end. So it did kind of just push through that login process, but you may have an additional pop-up right back behind here that's asked you to kind of authorize that connection between Facebook and your KW command. Once you connect your personal Facebook page inside of settings, you'll be taken to a pop-up page right here that asks you which business page do you want to start pushing content to. Okay. So, so just note that even though you're signing in with your personal Facebook, that it is the business pages that are connected to that personal Facebook that we're actually posting content to. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Morgan's KW teaching samples. I'm going to put Morgan's travel destinations in here as well. It's a little hobby page of mine, just to kind of give us an example between toggling between the two. I'm going to click on connect right there. And then we're going to do that same process for the Facebook ads manager right here. So we'll just click on that connect account. That pop-up that showed you really quick, that was that authorization. But again, it already registered that I authorized. And then you're taken to this page right here. And I've noticed that that sometimes this can be a little bit misleading right here. It may look like it is indeed connected, but truthfully, what we're going to need to do is click on this drop-down arrow right here, and it should load up again those pages that we saw on the previous connection that we can go ahead and say, I want to actually send ads through this business page. And again, we'll use the Morgan's travel destinations. I'll go ahead and hit done. And now I'm connected to be able to shoot social media out onto these platforms right here. We're going to do the same sort of process of setup when it comes to our marketing profile as well. So we got our connection to our social platforms, but we're going to want to make sure that that all of our information is correct as well. So if we go ahead and click on the connect settings right here and then marketing profile, this is going to be where your headshot is housed, where your name, your phone number, your email address, as well as some additional bits of information. So this is typically what your clients are going to be seeing on the front end of your marketing material, of your website, social media, not social media, your KW app, things like that. This is typically what your clients are going to be viewing right here. So we're just going to want to make sure that all of this is set up and looking the way that we want our clients to view. And as everything looks to be set up correctly, I'm going to go ahead and hit save right here. It may give you a pop-up. We can go ahead and X out of that. But the most important thing is going to be use my information to brand my agent site right here. I know it says agent site, but I would treat this, I would ignore agent site and I would replace this with the word marketing. Use my information to brand my marketing right here because it does a little bit more than just the agent site. We're going to want to make sure that this is toggled on to green right here. And then you should be pretty much good to go when it comes to your marketing setup. There's going to be one more section that's worth noting in setup, but that's going to be inside of the actual designs page. So let's go ahead and travel over there now. I'm going to go ahead and actually travel over to the home screen just to kind of reorient ourselves where we're at on the KW command platform. And from the home page, if I were to click on this red KW square on the top left-hand corner, it should bring up the left-hand titles to these pages so we can kind of read them all in one swoop here. We're going to be looking for the design section right here. It's going to be third from the bottom. We go ahead and give this a click right here. It should bring us over to a page titled Designs. And within this page right here, this first page, this is kind of a catch-all for all of the different designs that you have currently been working on. So as you see right here, we have about 287 designs. But as you see, you can see when these designs were actually edited. Some were edited today, some were edited earlier. So now you can kind of see all of your designs right here. There's different pages. You can go from page 1 to page 2 and so on and so forth. However, if you're looking for specific content, like I'm only looking for my emails that I've been working on, or I've only been I'm only looking for my social media content. We can sort that by clicking on this sort drop down right here. And we can sort again by that old and new. The filter is actually what I was going to address right here. This is where we're actually going to be able to kind of organize based off of what content we're actually trying to look at this point in time. So for example, if I wanted to just look at my email templates, I can click on that right here and I can apply my filters, and this should give you all of the emails that you have right here that you can work on. Just got a message in chat. Just got in, don't see where to access command. To access command is going to be agent.kw.com. I'm going to put the link in the chat box down below for you. So, so go ahead. It's going to take your KW username and password. Once you sign in there, we'll go ahead and click on that red KW square and make our way to designs there. Now, again, we can filter this based off of just one. If I wanted to look at my email and my social, I can hit apply right here. And again, it would give me both of those in that timeline order that I'm looking for, whether it be from old to new or new to old. But for this case, I'm actually going to just not apply any filters and view all of the different designs that I have here. As we're taking a look, we're going to take a look at just this specific design right here for right now. It's going to say social right below the picture. This is the indication of what type of design you're currently looking at right here. So, so here you have a social design. As we follow this through, the top looks to be all social designs. As we scroll down right here to the second row, you'll have a print design, social, and print. And then so this is, again, allows you to be able to kind of pair your different designs with your different types of campaigns here. So there's going to be some campaigns that you can send social media out to, right? There's going to be some campaigns that you can send emails out through, and all those are going to depend on what kind of content you've created right here. I'm going to close this up right here. As we are taking a look further, you have your title of the design, and these come in handy when you're actually trying to find a design very quickly. As you see, I have 287 designs right here. If I were to have labeled this in a way that's more familiar for me, I should be able to locate these a little bit easier. Cedar Brook right here. If I were to type in Cedar, you'll see that again, it filtered out through all those 287 different designs and gave me all the Cedar Brooks that I have right here. So now I can kind of organize based off of the listing that I'm working on, or the type of content creation. So if I had a Halloween or a holiday client appreciation event, I could type that in right here as well and be able to kind of filter it that way. We're going to take one more look. You do have a square view, like a grid view. You also have a list view. That's going to be on the right-hand side right here. Typically, I would personally say that the grid view may be a little bit easier to look at because it has a little bit larger of a preview window, as well as all that additional information. But you do have this the list view as well if you are kind of used to that sort of order. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at actually creating some designs. And there's going to be two designs in particular that I want to cover here today. One of which is going to be a email signature. The second is going to be a social media post. So we're actually going to focus more towards the social side of our designs here today. However, just know that there's a wide variety of different content creation right here within your KW command system. So just know we're going to cover two, but there's so much more than that. We're going to click on create design right here. And if we click on create design, this allows us the ability to view 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of designs here. I'm going to run through a few of them really quick, one of which is going to be your video design. This is very easy to be able to create a quick piece of content. If I click on video right here, it's just going to ask me what type of neighborhood and neighborhood stat information I'm looking to gather, and then it will auto generate a cute little video for me to post on social media or anywhere that I'm looking to post. So for here, I'm just going to write Eugene, and let's see, I'm going to hit enter here. Let's do Western Eugene, and I'm going to hit next. And then it auto populates the listing information right here for you. So it does a pretty good job of auto populating that listing information. Again, anytime we're dealing with technology, I lean it on you guys to really do that that due diligence and making sure that stat is correct. And then again, as we're creating this design, just know if you wanted to use this design, like say a month down the road, you may have to come back in here and recreate this video for it to pull those new statistical information. Okay. So if I were to use the same neighborhood video that I've used probably for a year, it may or may not update automatically for me. So let's go ahead and click on agent information right here. And this is what we actually just covered within that marketing profile. So we actually kind of see this in real time pull through and apply to our piece of content here. And this is why I say, use my information to brand my marketing instead of just that agent site right there. So it pulled through that agent information. Everything looks correct. All the red asterisks have been filled in. And we're going to go ahead and click on Market Center Brokerage Information. Again, this is another piece of content that that is drawn from your marketing profile inside of your settings. It looks like I don't need anything is sorry. It looks like nothing is required on here that I'm missing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then what it does here is it auto generates that video here. So we're going to give a moment for this to load up. And then I'm just going to give you a quick little preview on what kind of happens here. All right. As this is loading, oh, there we go. Perfect. So I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to pause this for a second here. What I'm also going to do is I'm also going to try to adjust the volume so you can kind of hear this a little bit as well. And this is what typically happens when you generate a video here like this. So you can kind of see it goes through all the different bits of information with these cool little animations. And with these animations, it kind of tells that story of what's going on within that neighborhood. These videos do only pull from the neighborhood, so you are a little bit limited, but you do have that that ability to create that right there. So I'm gonna hit save. And then you have that cool little video. So we actually got a bonus video alongside our two different pieces of content today. So we're going to click on create design again here, and we're actually going to click on the social side right here. We're going to click on continue. And as we take a look at this social design right here, it's going to bring us into a page basically full of different templates. And depending on what you're trying to accomplish with your piece of marketing, there should be a template here for you. So as you see right here, the left-hand side is going to be all of the different types of templates there are. And on the right-hand side is going to be the actual template itself and the ability to be able to jump in and edit it to your business. So for example, here, if I were to click on a listing, you'll see that you have a number of different listing options right here. You have coming soon, you have for sale, you have just sold, you have neighborhood snaps, price update. So you have lots of different things pertaining to the listing side of the transaction. You also have your buyer side right here. So you have your buyer's presentation. And also, I forgot to mention, you do have a listing presentation here as well. So you have a buyer presentation, you have a listing presentation. Your lead generation, this is going to be more for that a client love, right? Those happy birthday posts, those happy home anniversary posts, things like that. Here's a pre-made templates here for you to be able to kind of accomplish that. So again, look through all these different templates, and they do such a great job of really making it look on a professional level. So you're not only able to easily create a piece of content, it looks really nice too. So as we go through here, I'm actually going to click on Business Basics. Within Business Basics, you should be able to find basically your setup content, right? So first you have your business cards. So again, if you're looking to create business cards, you have these here. A full disclosure, we are within the social side. So business cards you'll typically find within the print side of your designs here. However, email signatures, we should see email signatures here. And we'll go ahead and start off by creating one of these email signatures. I think that's pretty important for anybody. So I'm going to click on this email signature that I like right here. And on the left-hand side, you'll see all the Scott Leroy pictures here. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see the actual piece of content. Full disclosure, if you're wondering, how do I get my image to pre-populate every single time without having to drag and drop it? We can actually do that by, let me click back here for 1 second. We can actually do that by clicking on our assets within our drop-down templates here. If you click on assets, you're able to add any images that you want. You're able to add any text, any of your logos, anything that you're really going to be using on a constant basis. You'll be able to kind of add to your assets and they'll pre-populate for you every single time. So pretty cool. Let me actually go back to our templates here. Let me click on that email signature template. And this is why you're seeing these pre-populate right here underneath my assets. But again, let's take a look at the left-hand side here first, because again, these are going to be pretty much the bulk load of your tools. Within our image, which is where we're currently located, we have add, stock, workspace, and my assets. We already took a look at my assets there, but if we take a look at add here, this should give you additional options to drag and drop images. It may give you those pre-populated images from the template, and then you can connect any social media platforms that you want. As you see right here, I have some different things. Here's me skydiving, so I can actually pull this. Let's go ahead and give that a click. We can go ahead and pull this over, and I can actually apply this as a headshot here. So again, full disclosure, I should have probably looked before I connected a certain album here. However, we'll go ahead and use this skydiving picture as a great headshot anyways. So we'll go ahead and take a look right here. If you apply and drag over these images, we can go ahead and let me close this here. We can go ahead and click on the image, and there should be some additional options depending on what type of image that you click here. So if I click on an image, it may give me some image options. If I were to click on text, it may give me some of that kind of like Microsoft Word document options right here. So here I can kind of change the color. I'll go ahead and change that to something bright. There you go. And then again, you can kind of adjust things accordingly. Again, with this image right here, it looks like my headshot's a little bit further down, and I kind of wanted to highlight my face a little bit more here. So if I were to give this a click and it's an image, you should have the option to reposition right here. And if I were to click on this, I should be able to kind of drag the backward image and place it where I would like to. So now I'm able to kind of again organize and kind of really make this email signature look its best. I'm going to change this color back here to say a gray, and now we can start to actually really tailor this signature here. So first and foremost, sometimes when you go to click and highlight a piece of text right here, sometimes it may cut off certain sections. It may just be best to kind of triple click and then right over. So I'm going to triple click on the first name, last name. I'm going to write Morgan Heitzma right here. I like the size of the text, but obviously it kind of gave me a second line right down here. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to click off of that text, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag this line over a little bit further. Now you can kind of see that it applies to one single line again. You know, and again, as we are looking at this, it's all about creating the content, right? Tailoring it to you and your business. So on second thought, maybe the sizing may be a little bit too large. So I may want to click on this text box again. You should have those bubbles on the edges of the object. And if I use the corner object instead of the middle one, I should be able to kind of shrink this up to my liking right here. There you go. So now we're starting to kind of enter other additional information. I think a phone number is going to be pretty important. So instead of keeping it gray right here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of highlight this a little bit more. So I'm going to maybe bold this out to red right here. And again, you do have different ways to bold. You do have different text fonts. So again, if I wanted this to be a little bit larger, I can either change the font right here. Let's maybe do an Arial bold. And again, what I can do is I can kind of maybe drag this out a little bit larger here. There you go. So again, you can really kind of play with all these pieces of text right here. They're all kind of about the same, where you have the ability to use a font, change the size. You're able to make this be a bullet points as well as a letter case, which is kind of cool. So if I wanted all of this to be a letter case instead, I could just do, I want all caps or I want all lowercase. And then I don't really have to mess with it too much. Now, let's take another look at our DBA name right here. So I'm going to click on images again, and I'm going to click on my assets. And here we should be able to find a DBA logo here. Now, if you're not able to find it within your assets, you're also able to click on logos right here on the left-hand side, and they may be located within here as well. So go ahead and click on logos or images. They could be in either one here for you. So I'm just going to drag a logo over. And again, all you do is you just kind of click and you drag it over here. And it should replace any sort of kind of object that you're currently hovering over. So if I were to hover over the Realtor Association or the Equal Opportunity, it should replace that. So I'm going to place just a regular KW logo right here. Make this a little bit larger. And then you have some really cool things over here on the left-hand side too, in the forms of elements right here. So again, if you're looking for anything kind of cool, fun, creative, if you're even looking for just like social media icons, you have a lot of cool different options right here. So maybe, for example, I'm creating a flyer, right? Which we can do next. Maybe I'm creating a social media ad on Free Ice Cream Day. You know, so they already have these pre-generated images here for you that you can use. So you have like a bowling day, ice cream, tons of different things to choose from. You also have an organizational method up top here. So if I just wanted to look at a specific category, like let's look at borders here. it should load through those objects here. So if I wanted to add like maybe say a specific border, and then I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. I'm going to shrink this down. There we go. And then here, I'm just trying to hover over. There we go. And then here, I'm able to kind of actually place some different sort of things too. So, right, if I had I should just use this same image. If I had like a playlist that I wanted to showcase or a podcast of today's market, I can go ahead and apply those right here. This is a bad example. Let me kind of rewind this here for a second. Let's just start off using a standard image right here. So as we're pulling this through right here, we can go ahead and layer this over top of any sort of object that we're looking for. If you want, say, this picture to be in the background and not over top of another image, we can click on whatever image that we're looking to move. And on the top right-hand corner, you should have some additional options right here. So we can lock the movement so it's unmovable. Let me unlock it. We can hyperlink this to turn it into a clickable to send to, our website or wherever. We also have the ability to click on this one more time to arrange here. So if I click on arrange, this will allow me to say, I want this object at the top or I want this object at the bottom. So I'm going to send Scott's image to the bottom here just to kind of allow for that border to kind of shine through right here. So again, a pretty cool, you have tons of different options right here. If I don't like that green, again, I can go ahead and I can change it. I can change anything really that I'm looking for right here. So let's back out. We're going to back out right here. I'm going to delete these random objects here because I still kind of want to use this email signature. There may be some last little bit of content that's kind of cool to check out. And that's going to be in the form of, let's see here, our objects up top here. So I showcased that if you click on any object right here, it kind of changes these to whatever object you're currently on. But if you click off of an object right here, you should have drawing, shapes, frames, and text right here. Typically the foundation blocks of creating this piece of marketing right here. So if we take a look at text right here, this just gives us the ability to quick add some text to our content. Title is going to be more of that bold headline right there. And then your body text or text block right here, this is going to be that more of a full, robust kind of view. So now you can kind of see how things are going to look. I would always get in the habit of creating that template out the way that you want it first, especially if it's going to be a reusable template throughout the months and years. I would get in the habit of maybe just throwing out a couple text blocks wherever you want to swap out that piece of content. And then here you have like a pre-made template. Frames right here is really cool way to be able to add and incorporate images in a different sort of way. So instead of just the square image over and over again, you have the ability to add a circle image. You have the ability to add all these different shapes to your images if you so choose. So again, a pretty cool way to be able to just have that ability to be that much more professional in your content creation. So for example, this would be a great one for any kind of discounts. This would be, let's see, the circle again, that'd be great for headshots, right? If we scroll down a little bit more, let's see here. Circle is going to be great for Valentine's Day. The star is going to be great for any kind of award ceremony. You have tons of different ways. Flower for the summertime. So you have all these different options right here. I'm going to pull just a random option over. Let's see. Yeah, and they just keep going. So I'm going to pull a random option over, just the circle one, I think. I'm going to give it a click, one click, and it applies this placeholder over here for me. So at any point in time, if I wanted to drag this over here, we'll use a different one. If I wanted to drag this over right here and apply this to this headshot circle, I can do so here. And again, we'll click on that reposition one more time. We'll enlarge this and we'll hit done right here. So here's how you're able to actually kind of reposition, add different images. Pretty cool. Now, there's going to be another piece of content, which is another option for applying onto your content, and that's going to be in the form of an animation. Now, I'm going to say an animation is probably not going to be the best for a email signature. However, I did want to show this to you as we're taking a look at all these different options right here. So if we take a look at these animation right here, this gives us the ability to kind of make our piece of content move around, right? Become live. And this is kind of cool when you are applying this to either a social media ad or applying this to a piece of content that you send out in a different sort of way. Email signature, probably not quite the best use for it because it's always going to be on your email, right? But here's cool different ways to kind of see your piece of content kind of come to life right here. Within this, you do have the ability to kind of slow down and increase the speed. So if you wanted to kind of watch the animation a little bit longer, or make any kind of fine-tune adjustments, you should have that ability to do so. One last thing, I'm probably going to click on this this object right here. You can delete this object if you make any mistakes at all. If you click on this undo button, it should bring it right back. Again, I can also click on this and change the color around as well. So if I wanted to change, like, let's say, if I wanted to turn this into like a green image, I could also do that. So I'm going to go ahead and download this image right here. I think it's pretty decent for the way that it is. I'm going to click on download on the top right, but before I do so, I'm going to go ahead and name this Morgan email signature. So, and then I'm going to also place the date as well. Just so when I look back onto this email signature, if it's been, 6, 8, 12 months, I may want to think about adjusting this or updating this. So I saved this, changed the name. I'm going to hit download right here. Here you have the option to download between a number of different types. If you are using an email signature, I would say that the PNG would be the best type to use, as it's going to be a high quality image for a computer, if that makes sense. So I'm going to click on PNG right here. I'm also going to increase this quality because, as you see, it's 92. I want that quality all the way up to 100. And if you're adding multiple pages, a great example is a business card. You might have a front and a back. You have the ability to add the front and the back, or just a specific page. I'm going to download this right here. It should say preparing, and then give you a download on your bottom left of your screen here. Oh, there you go. So it just popped up right here for me, but I'm able to kind of take a look and see if there's anything that I need changed or adjusted right here. Again, everything looks pretty well for what we have. And from here on out, what I can do is I can go ahead and hit done right here. You also have a file and save. So here's an email signature. From here on out, what I would typically do is I would typically go to gmail.com. Within your Gmail, you should have a setting to here, let me see if I can just pull it up really quick here. Okay, so inside of Gmail right here, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the gear icon and then see all settings. When we click on see all settings from the gear icon, we'll scroll all the way down. This is the first page on general. We'll scroll all the way down right here. And here you will have a signature. So here we can actually place this signature. And then I can apply this image directly right here. So I'm going to upload it from my computer. I'm going to upload that email signature. And then now we have that email signature placed within our Google Gmail email. So I'm going to click on compose right here. I'm going to click on insert signature. And now I have that ability to enter that email signature. There's going to be a couple other options that you may want to take a look at. And if we click on the gear icon and then settings again, scroll down to our email signature, you may want to adjust this a little bit here. So insert signature before the quoted text. So if somebody responds to your email, is your email signature always going to be after that quoted text or before it? I would suggest putting it before it right here. And then you also have the ability to auto-populate the email signatures immediately right when you click compose right here. So I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit compose, and then you see it already pops up automatically here for me. So that's the email signature. We'll go ahead and click on create design one more time right here. We're going to click on social, and we're going to create a social media ad. So you can do this a couple of different ways, right? You can create a post scheduling post for free for your internal group of friends, or you can create a Facebook ad to target outside leads who are interested in your services who just don't know about you yet. So think about where you kind of want to start sending this content out to, internal, external. Here we have the ability to kind of make those adjustments here. So if I were to click on, let's say, lead generation. So within lead generation, I think a great thing to start off, especially if you're just getting going, is to showcase your mobile app. And we can do so by clicking on KW app right here. And look at all of these different pre-generated templates here for you to showcase your app. I'm going to use the standard one right here. It's pretty easy. I'm going to click use. And then you have the ability to kind of create and edit this social ad. One thing that I kind of forgot to mention here is when you're looking at the actual social ads, as opposed to like your email signature, you have the ability to kind of take a look and see Social Square, as well as some other. It kind of looks like they may be having a print kind of bleed in right here, but typically you would have Social Square, Social Stories, as well as one other thing. There we go. Social Wide, Social Square, and Social Stories. So these will depend on where you're sending this marketing content to. If you are sending this to Facebook, if you're sending this to Twitter, if you're sending this to any of those different platforms, you should be able to kind of adjust the sizing to fit that a little bit more. And as I scroll through Social Wide, Social Square, and Social Stories right here, you'll see that you have it gives you a great example of where these should be placed. So Social Square should be Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts. Social Stories should be Facebook and Instagram stories. And then Social Wide should be that Twitter, Facebook ads, and LinkedIn ads. I'm going to go back to that KW app that we were talking about. I'm going to click on use right there. We're going to jump into promoting our KW app here. And this is pretty cool. The reason why I kind of chose this one right here is it's really so easy. We just had to really drag and drop a few things. So the first of which is going to be the DBA name. So I'm going to go back over here to logos. I'm going to drag over the DBA name. And and again, that's pretty much a bulk load of what you need to do right here. You can make any other kind of adjustments if you'd like. Let's say right here, if I wanted to change the color of this, let's say to blue, we can do so here. And then of course you can change this right here. You can change this here. And I can change this to say, right, Morgan's Home Search app or Morgan's KW app, or really whatever it is that you're looking to really kind of showcase, you have that ability to really kind of brand it to you and your business, right? If you have a business team name, the team name's mobile app. And then again, once we are satisfied with this right here, we can click on, again, I'm going to change this title. I'm going to just write Morgan's app post 9:15. Again, an easy way to kind of know what kind of a social media post this is. I'm going to click on download here again. And again, when it comes to your social designs, typically they should be able to be pulled from your campaigns. However, I personally just like to always download all of my types of material, just in case if something happens, you should be able to drag and drop from your computer. Let me just see this right here. Perfect. In this case, maybe we might want to animate this since this is going out on social media. Let's go. There we go. Scrapbook B, that looks perfectly fine. But let's go ahead and slow this out for a second. There you go. That's a little bit better. So when you're creating animations right here, just note that that an animation is moving, right? So if you download it as a PNG or JPEG or PDF, it's not necessarily going to start moving for you. So we'll actually have to, we'll press this play button right here. Perfect. We'll actually have to download this as a video and GIF right here. So I'm going to select original video size. Again, you have all the way up to 2K right here. I'm just going to stick with the standard. And now that I have this, it downloads for me. It's going to say preparing. Videos do take a little bit longer. But again, it should pop up down below here for you, or it should kind of auto pop up, much like the email signature did as well. There we go. And as we are taking some final looks at, there we go. So it's a little bit larger on my window here, but it did kind of show up. As we see right here, I'm going to download one more time because you do have the option to download as an MP4 or a GIF. If you are posting this to Facebook, I forgot to click on GIF right here, but this is what you want to choose. So we'll download that one instead. That way, when you go to place it on Facebook, then it'll start moving for you. Now, as we're waiting for this to kind of load up over here, I'm going to kind of open up a new page here and make my way back to KW Command. And as we have a few more minutes left, I already kind of showed you how to kind of apply your email signature, but let's go ahead and take a look at sending out this social ad as well. So when we're back inside of Scott Leroy's KW Command here, we're going to click on the red KW square in the top left-hand corner. Remember, we already connected our social media through our settings at the very beginning here, so we don't really have to worry about that too much. We'll just kind of jump into our campaigns here directly. Now, full disclosure, you have a campaigns class that even I teach, right? So you have a full campaigns class on how to kind of utilize this page here. So just know that that I'm just going to show you a brief moment of this page, but you have a full in-depth training, live training, and recordings at your disposal if you want to learn more about the campaigns page in as a whole. But as we're taking a look here, I'm going to click on create campaign. I'm going to create a social post right here. Now, again, a social post is going to be for our internal people who've already liked our business page. But since I have a download my app post, maybe that might suit my internal group a little bit better. They've liked my page. Now they need to download my app. So as we're taking a look right here, again, I'm going to kind of skip through some of this stuff. It's just basically filling in the ad itself. But as we take a look down right here, the second portion after the text, you have browse designs library. And here we can give this a click and it should show us all of the different designs that we have. Now, again, it will only show social designs. Don't expect a email design to be able to be populated through a social media scheduled post, right? So just be mindful of which titles are coming up right here, right below the preview. I'm going to click on that social one right there. We're going to wait for this to load in, and it should pre-populate on the right-hand side for us to be able to kind of view this in real time. Perfect. This looks great. As we see, there we go. So now we can kind of see that show up here. Again, if I wanted to say browse from my computer, I can upload an image and we can use that that same sort of image right there that we downloaded. Perfect. And what this should do is if you have multiple images, it should create kind of like a slideshow for the viewer to be able to kind of flip between. Then we can schedule this post out. We can save it as a draft. For this case, I'm just going to save this as a draft. But that's going to be typically how you kind of create that social side of your designs here. We have tons of other designs. We have a print marketing design, which is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, please feel free to explore this section, right? Best piece of advice, it's trial and error, right? So you have to mix technology with creativity, and just know that the more that you spend time inside of the designs, the more proficient you're going to be. I always like to say, do you want your content to be do you want to be slow and steady? Do you want to be quick and sloppy, or do you want to outsource it out? And those would typically be the three options that you have here, right? So just know, be patient, spend a little bit of time on your content creation, and reap the fruits of your labor. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'd love to hear any questions that you may have, any questions that we may have missed here today. If you have any questions at all here, I'm going to stay on after the video closes. But outside of that, thank you all. Have a fantastic rest of your week and make it a great day.